Type 9. As a type 9, my grain of sand in my personality pearl is gut, anger, and resistance. As a gut type, I am driven by my instincts and my intuition, even if this is unconscious. And my instincts might be to suppress my anger out of fear of impact. As a type 9, you might be surprised to hear that I am an anger type. And I might also be surprised to hear that I am an anger type, because as a type 9, my anger is mostly unconscious. In fact, in some ways, I fall asleep to my anger. Instead of letting my anger rise, I literally allow it to diffuse. Because I am trying to be peaceful. I don't want to be impacted, and I don't want to impact others. So I seem to be, and I am for the most part, a very peaceful person. But at my lowest expression, this peace is actually a bubble around me instead of true peace. It is only when I discover and I really awaken to my own anger and fire that I discover true peace, which sounds like a contradiction, but it is absolutely essential for me as a type 9. As a type 9, I have an instinctive resistance, and this resistance is a resistance to anger, a resistance to being impacted, a resistance to impacting the world, and it's also a resistance to myself. Starting sentences with the word I is exceptionally difficult for me as a type 9. Because I'm trying to be so peaceful that I might disappear. I might disappear into myself and from the world at large. At my lowest expressions, therefore, I'd prefer to be hidden. I don't want to be impacted, so I don't mind just blending in. I look for ways to numb myself, to numb my feelings, and to just tune out. I like this shell of okayness, of peace. And I'm basically always okay. I'm a very uncomplicated person as a type 9. I'm very chilled, and people describe me as quite chilled. I'm amicable and kind because I don't want to mess with the peace. I'm avoiding confrontation, you see, even if it means sacrificing myself. I'm not aware that I'm doing that, by the way. It seems to be a natural occurrence until I become more awake. In order to not be impacted, I might delay things, not now, procrastinating and put things off endlessly. But I'm a nice person, truly. I might escape into dreams, and I might have this idea of what my future could be and how things could be. But sometimes I make my dreams and my goals so big that they're a way to avoid them. Because truly they're so big, how could I possibly start today? I tend to ignore problems, especially when they're unsettling to me, when they threaten to disturb my harmony and my peace. Years can go by before I face things full on, and only if I rise to my highest expression. I don't mind being invisible. In fact, sometimes I'd prefer it. I can be in denial about what I really need or really want, to such an extent that I don't even know what I want. I don't know what I need. What do I prefer? What do I want from my life? These are difficult questions for me as a type 9. So I go with the flow, preferring to just drift with the tide. I'll use routine and I'll use things in my life just to tune out. and to stay endlessly peaceful, but a peacefulness that's not alive. This peacefulness is asleep. This makes me a very patient person and quite a non-judgmental person for the most part, but it also makes me a little bit slow to decisions. It makes me sometimes slow to act, and even my walking and my talking can be on the slower side, because this is my way of maintaining the peace. I can be very indecisive, and if you push me to make a decision, I can dig my heels in and procrastinate. You see, I'm trying to be peaceful. If you look at my cartoon, you'll see I have my bubble of peace to protect me. You'll see I have my eyes closed, enjoying rather being asleep to things like myself. I have a little peace symbol on my chest. Now, at a low expression, this peace is not a real peace. It's only at my highest expression that I discover what real peace is made of. That real peace needs my fire, that it needs my self, my I to show up. At my lowest expression, I tend to take on the worst of characteristics of type 6, which means I procrastinate, overthink things, become anxious to the point of collapsing almost into a little heap. As a type 9, when I go to 6, it's a heavy anxiety that borders on depression. Thinking and confusion instead of taking action. Questioning myself, questioning my questions, instead of getting to the root of my gut, which says, I assert the following, or I want, or I need, or I feel. At my highest expression, I need to look at type 3 and the characteristics of type 3, the highest ones, that are my opposite. I need to step into the world fully, become action-orientated, wake up, find what is important to me and assert it in life. When I go to type 3, I wake up, I become dynamic, I become active, I am able to manifest those dreams that I had. When I, as a type 9, go to type 3, I become an active peacemaker and a real expression and an embodiment of peace. A peace that is not opposed to conflict, a peace that is not hiding from life, a peace that moves as life in an animated, assertive, and confident way. When I switch on my fire as a type 9, I find not only an honest relationship with anger, but I also find my confidence and my assertion and my ability to be fully present in the world. When I, as a type 9, do this, I become very present. And in that very presence, I can bring my gifts finally to the world. This is the highest expression of type 9 on the Enneagram.